What's up, guys? This is Evan from Team 5Ds coming at you live with my Stellarknight deck profile. It's going to cause a lot of controversy, so feel free to comment, leave your opinions in the comment section below, like, subscribe. So we'll get started with the main deck. 3 Altair. Altair is pretty much your go-to monster in this deck. Summon, special summon from grave, pretty simple. Here's where the controversy is going to start. For my 2s and monsters, I run 2 Deneb. Now, everybody on Earth runs 3 Deneb. I think 3 Deneb with the 3 Rotas is too clunky, considering you only run 12 Tellarknights. I think 2 Deneb and 3 Rota is more than enough, especially when you're getting the Altair summon. So, 2 Deneb. 2 Unakalai. This just goes with throwing the Deneb in the grave, getting it with Altair. Most people run 3 of those, I run 2. 2 Vega, it's pretty common to see 2 or 1. So 2 Vega, summons from hand, go into Altair and Deneb. That gives you your Deltaros or your Trevere plays. For 1-ofs, I play 1 Rigel, 1 Sirius, and 1 Alsam. I like having the Alsam, this with a Cowboy, that's 1800 right there, so a lot of times you can pull off game wins with Alsam. I like the burn aspect of Tellarknights. We'll get into more of that with the traps. So yeah, Sirius, Pot of Avarice, and Rigel gets around Winda, so you need a Rigel. And of course, 2 Honest. Light deck, you can't play anything other than 2 Honest. For spells, of course, 3 Rota. Rota, too good. They're all warriors, so it's pretty self-explanatory. 3 MST. In this format with pendulums and back row, you need 3 MST. Just clears the board, makes it easier. This next card, it's a 1-of Lance. Whether I play Lance or I play Skybridge or Chalice, this card changes a lot depending on what I see at locals. So right now it's Lance. But like I said, it could be anything. Snatch Steal, Rigeki, those are your main. On to traps, Tellarknights are big on traps, it's their thing. So of course, 3 Alpha. I actually had a chain off the other day where I alpha'd a monster effect, he Dark Bribed it, and then I alpha'd the Dark Bribe. So I drew 2 cards off of his play, and then he just ended his turn and I had 6 cards in hand, so that worked. For 2-ofs, 2 Call, 2 Vanities, and 2 Fiendish Chain. All of these cards are great in this deck. The Vanities stops most decks. I'll side these out if I go up against Yosenju or Hunders, something like that. But other than that, Vanities just stop plays. Call and Fiendish are amazing in this deck because of Trevere. You can have them activated, and if you exceed, or if their monster gets sent to the grave without being destroyed, Trevere sends them back to your hand. So those are definitely cards you need. Also, my 2-of, this is card I've been playing a lot recently, Battleguard Howling. At first I didn't really like it, but now it actually, even if they just go, they could have a boss monster out and target your monster and then lose just from this card, so I think it's great. This could possibly change depending, but right now I like having it. If it does change, these will come out and the Alsam will come out and the build will be a little different. And also for 2-of, we have Mind Crush. I saw this at play in Florida, and 2 Mind Crush, especially in this deck, because in this deck, Mind Crushing other Tellarknights or Cliff Forts or anything is good. Now people wonder Burning Abyss and Shadal. Well, when you have this guy out, they're not really a problem. Anybody with a Constellar Diamond against Burning Abyss or Shadal's can win, especially with the side deck that's made against them. So 2 Mind Crush, definitely. They're just too good, especially when you reveal for the first one. When they add, they have to reveal your hand. So then if you have both of them set, you activate one, discard. When it resolves, activate the second one before they do anything else, and you get 2 cards. So very good. For one-ofs, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse, and Solemn. So that's the main deck. Pretty solid. It runs smoothly. There's a lot of search, and so for the extra deck, right now I'm sitting at 1 diamond, and this could change to 2. Right now I feel like 1 is good, especially since you can shuffle this into the extra deck with Sirius. So 1 Deltaros. I always ran 2 Deltaros, but now this is more of a Trevere format, especially since bouncing cards has been way better than sending them to the graveyard. So in my opinion, it's definitely a Trevere format. So I run 2. So there's the Stellarknight Synchros, or Exceeds, wow. Synchros, I wish. Please, Konami. Generics, I run Dark Rebellion, Rhapsody, Ragna Zero, Starleech Paladynamo, Constellar Omega, Gaga Cowboy, Daigusto Emerald, Abyss Dweller, 101, Castel, and a monster that's a little odd. I mean, I don't think most people use it. Bujinki Amaterasu. Basically, if your Deneb gets banished, if both of your Denebs get banished, you summon this and you detach a material, special one of your banished level 4 monsters. Or during your opponent's turn, detach a material, add one of your banished level 4s to your hand. So even you could summon this, say Deneb's banished, Altair's banished, get the Deneb special at right this turn, add a Vega or Altair to your hand. During their turn, detach, and say you have an Altair or Vega banished too. So this card really sometimes helps me a lot, especially I see a lot of Rhapsody against this deck because the Rhapsody go right for the Denebs in the grave, so I definitely like this card. For side deck, we have non-fusion area. I run one of these just because I have a lot of other dark anti. But non-fusion area shuts down Shadal's so much. If they activate Shadal Fusion or El Shadal Fusion, just chain it and then they can't do anything. The card's just dead and it goes to the grave. So Nobleman Crossout. I haven't seen this played a lot, but I play it, and every time I use it I seem to hit a Beast or a Falco. So I love running Nobleman Crossout because if you hit a Falco and a Beast, they're pretty much done. They're just done. 2 Shadow Imprisoning. That's for Burning Abyss and Shadal. Simple. I run a Flying Sea for the mirror match, and I also run a Stellarknight Skybridge for the mirror match. This card, especially with Snatch Steal, Snatch Steal their monster, attack with it, or do whatever. Then you Skybridge, send their monster back to the deck, and get your own monster. It's great play against Stellarknights. So 2 Imperial Iron Wall. It's for Ritual Beasts and Infernoids. Shuts them down completely. They hope they run MST because Imperial Iron Wall shuts them down. 2 Ojama Trio. This is for Burning Abyss and Cliff Forts. I find that Cliff Forts, especially if they get 3 tokens on the field, they're pretty much hoping to have their scout. That's why you have the MSTs ready. But this can also, when they activate their Pendulum Summon and you Ojama Trio, they can be going from getting 5 monsters to 2, and it can really slow them down. So I really like Ojama Trio. And because I love Ojama Trio, I have 2 sets of tokens. One, of course, would be Power Rangers. And there's those. And then the other is Spider-Man. So those are my tokens for Ojamas. So if you ever get to duel me, I will be using them. Not here, but I'm getting, because I'm not at home, I'm at college, so I don't have access to all my cards. 2 Spell Shattering and 2 Fairy Winds, because like I said, in this format with pendulums and everything that's coming out, especially with the new Zephyr cards that are coming out, you need those. They just shut the deck down. I'm also thinking about changing one or two of the side cards to anti-spell fragrances, but I haven't really looked into that yet. So there's a discussion about that on our channel already, so go check that out if you didn't already. Another little thing I have right here is other cards you can run, other rank 4s for the deck. Diamond Diary, the only reason I used to run this is because everybody and their mother runs Light Imprisoning. They sided against me, so I just had Diamond Diary, but with MST and everything else, you can get around Light Imprisoning easier. Fujinte Tsuyomi, this card basically discard your hand and draw 2. So as long as you have a card in your hand, you could use this monster, and it takes the lights. Heartland Draco, because at our locals a lot, everybody was running Heartland Draco because it seemed an easy 2k win if they had 2k or less left. I don't like it though because I don't run any continuous spells, so it's really just a go for the win. Lava Chain, which I do like in this deck, but I feel like with the Rhodas and the Denebs it's too slow and it could backfire. Excalibur ran for a long time. I feel like sometimes I go 2 balls to the wall, and when I can do a good 7,000 on turn 1, but then they'll Snatch Steal or something and then win because this is 4k on their turn. So, and then another Deltaros. That's if you feel like Deltaros. I do like Deltaros if they have back row, but Trevere, in my opinion, is better in this format because most monsters have Centigrade effects. So that was my Stellarknight deck. Be sure to comment. Tell me how much you hate it. Yep, that's it. We'll see you later.